Because even then, they want to see the roadmap first. They don't want us to be talking and talking and then without the roadmap. So we have to complete the roadmap in their form, and that's the time maybe that government can tell you what we are asking from them.
Okay, next.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Jimbo from Entrepreneur Magazine. Mr. Torres or Dr. Aquino probably. Sir, do you have any statistics on the number of businesses that are currently in the local auto industry? And when you implement this program, how many more businesses do you expect to add to the industry in general? Is it in the thousands or tens of thousands?
Okay, let me try to answer that one. On the motor parts and components makers, right now there are over 200 firms. Okay, but actually only about 50 or so are actively supplying to the original equipment OE market, which is the area that goes into the local production. And that's because the volumes are, as Mr. Torres is saying, only 72,000 units are locally produced. But if we go to the 200,000 or more of those firms will actually not so much additional firms, but those existing firms will reactivate and expand their production capacities, upgrade their equipment so that they can participate actively in this growing market.
Yes, sir. And then follow-up question, sir. Do we have any commitments from the manufacturers as to what kinds of businesses they'll be placing into the Philippines if the program is successfully implemented? And what kind of, because speaking from a small entrepreneurship and small business standpoint, what kind of businesses are they looking to partner with locally as a supplier or a service provider? What kind of opportunities will be present when this program is implemented?
Good question. The very positive nature of automotive is that all parts makers, there are first-tier parts makers. These are the ones who supply sub-assemblies already to the car. For example, a whole dashboard with all of the gauges already there. And then there are second tier who make maybe the radios that do that, or the third tier who makes some components of that radio that goes into the dashboard. No? So yes, we are the major item, the major gaps I identified there are big ticket, big investment type parts and components, which we're hoping the brand principals will encourage some of their partners in their own home country to come. But when those companies come, they will only bring in their own specialty. You know? And to work locally, they'll have to go to first tier, second tier, third tier manufacturers. So that will be the impact of that will be very broad in the sense that most manufacturers even abroad, don't do everything themselves. They buy it from different subcontractors, which in turn they will invite also to come in. No? So that is the nature of the industry, second tier, third tier, and that's when the entrepreneurs who are already in that business can gear up for that part or sub-part or sub-part and then participate in this expansion of the business.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. I'm Marnie Manited from GMA News TV. So on a lighter note, my question is, how will the respective car companies aid in driving the automotive industry to progress? And what will the car buyers or consumers expect from your different companies?
Thank you. We need to sell more cars, especially locally made, locally produced cars. The contribution, as we know, would be the retention of employment, more taxes, and ancillary business, the parts makers, and of course the dealers. In relation to the question earlier regarding as to what other businesses that can multiply. Well, of course, dealers network would be one of those. If we sell more and if we sell not only in Metro Manila but in other parts of the country, we need dealers in those areas. What was your question? What else was your question?
So how will your companies aid in driving the industry to progress?
You know, without local manufacturing, we cannot make social contribution, corporate social responsibilities. That is really part of our advocacy. In the case of Toyota, I'm sure other companies have their own CSR activities. So with local manufacturing, we are able to contribute more to the economy, not only in terms of taxes and employment, but also social contribution activities.
Okay, with that, we'd like to thank our media friends for joining this press conference, and we'd like to put the close. We'd like to thank our panel for having answered all our questions. Thank you. Good afternoon.